Welcome to our deep dive today. We're giving you the data you need, really, to handle weight management during those big hormonal shifts. We're drawing from the Maintainable Menopause Diet Cookbook for women.
Yeah, because that old advice, eat less, move more, it just often doesn't work when hormones are changing things up.
Exactly. It misses the most critical piece,
hmm
your personal metric, your basal metabolic rate, BMR.
That's it. The whole mission here is finding that precise number that makes sense of it all, especially when your metabolism feels like it's working against you. And BMR is the absolute foundation.
Okay, so BMR, like the body's engine just idling.
Pretty much. It's the rock bottom minimum calories you need over 24 hours, just for essential functions, breathing, blood flow, keeping your temperature steady. It's your body's, survival baseline.
Got it. So it's recognizing how much energy it takes just to exist. I know sometimes resting metabolic rate, RMR, gets mentioned.
Right, RMR is usually a bit higher, maybe 10%. But honestly, for practical purposes, the formulas we use give a really solid estimate of those resting energy needs, close enough to be useful.
And what really influences that BMR number makes it unique to each person.
Two main things, really. First, body composition. Lean muscle is way more metabolically active than fat. So more muscle mass means a higher BMR. Simple as that.
Okay, muscle burns more.
Definitely. Second factor is age. BMR tends to decline naturally, maybe 1 to 2% per decade after you hit 20.
So age is already slowing things down a bit.
Yeah.
And then what happens if we try crash dieting, slashing calories drastically?
Well, that's where it gets really tricky during hormonal changes. You trigger something called adaptive thermogenesis.
Adaptive thermogenesis sounds serious.
It is, in a way. It's basically a survival switch. Your body thinks, uh-oh, famine, and it slows down its energy burn to conserve resources. It dials back the internal thermostat.
So it actively fights back against the calorie cutting.
Precisely. And this just compounds the natural slowdown that might already be happening with menopause. It makes lasting weight loss feel almost impossible and sets you up for a rebound weight gain. You're fighting your body's own deep-seated intelligence.
Okay, so guesswork is out. We need something reliable. The book zeroes in on the Mifflin-St. Jeor equation. Why that one specifically?
Good question. It's widely considered the most accurate right now, especially because it accounts well for age and body mass, the very thing shifting most for women in this phase. It gives you your personalized BMR, your absolute calorie floor.
Right, the floor. But that's just step one, isn't it? We need to figure out the total daily energy expenditure, TDEE. That's the real maintenance number.
Exactly. TDEE is your BMR multiplied by an activity factor.
Activity factor, like how much you move.
Yeah. If you're mostly sedentary, it's usually BMR times 1.2. If you're moderately active, maybe working out a few times a week, it could be times 1.55. There are different levels.
And once you have that TDEE,
Then you figure out your deficit. For about a pound a week loss, which is sustainable, you aim for about 500 calories below that TDEE number.
okay, here's where it gets really important, right? Because there's a crucial rule they emphasize, the golden rule.
Yes. This is non-negotiable for safety and effectiveness. The golden rule is never consistently eat below your calculated BMR.
Never below the floor.
Never. That 500-calorie deficit has to happen above that BMR number. The book gives a great example. Say a woman's BMR is 1,370 calories. Her weight loss calorie target must be safely above 1,370, maybe 1,384, like in their example.
Even that small buffer matters.
Absolutely. It ensures your vital organs get the fuel they need, and crucially, it helps prevent that metabolic slowdown, that adaptive thermogenesis we talked about. Go below BMR consistently, and you risk losing muscle, feeling awful, and triggering the exact survival mode you want to avoid.
So what does this all boil down to for you, the listener? It means moving past vague advice. You get a data-driven plan.
You stop guessing. You start working with your body's actual needs, creating a deficit intelligently.
And the long game isn't just the calculation, right? It's pairing that smart eating plan with strength training. Keep the muscle, keep the BMR higher.
Exactly. Maintain that engine. So here's something to think about. If eating below your BMR consistently triggers a deep survival response, this sort of primal fear of starvation,
Yeah.
how does knowing that change the way you think about feeling hungry or hitting those frustrating plateaus in your own journey?
Definitely food for thought.
This is the brief on the strategy behind the Maintainable Menopause Diet Cookbook for women. Feeling like standard diets just stopped working the second perimenopause hit? Well, this book, it gives you that personalized, science-backed strategy you've been needing, to finally cut through all that confusion around managing weight during midlife. Okay, first up, the main strategy. It really takes the guesswork out of weight loss by protecting your metabolism. See, menopause often slows things right down. So the book shows you exactly how to figure out your basal metabolic rate, that's your BMR, the absolute minimum calories you need just to exist, and your total daily energy expenditure, or TDEE, basically what you burn all day. This math leads to the golden rule. You never eat less than your BMR. That way, weight loss is safe and you don't tank your metabolism. Second, the book really clears up this whole menopause shift thing and explains why just counting calories often doesn't cut it anymore. The hormonal reality? Midlife often brings imbalance, which can lead to things like insulin resistance and inflammation. Getting this foundational knowledge means you can actually tackle the root causes and think about those longer-term risks, like for your bones and heart. And finally, you get hundreds of really practical, hormone-friendly recipes. We're talking stuff made with whole foods, no processed sugars or refined flours here. And these recipes, they're specifically designed to help fight that hormonal shift by keeping blood sugar steady, giving you calcium and vitamin D for your bones, and lowering inflammation. Makes managing weight actually doable and tasty. So yeah, this resource gives you both the science and the actual meal plans to really navigate those tricky hormonal changes of midlife with way more confidence and better health.